We interrupt the internet with the breaking news.
Tonight's challenger, height 36,000 feet, reach 1 emergency exit, flight style, I want off this plane. And in the other corner, Bob, height, irrelevant, reach, unlimited sarcasm, flight style, screaming internally. Good evening, everybody. I hope your day is going better than this guy's, because I had a rough morning, but at no point did I try to leave an airplane like it was an Uber I regretted ordering. A Frontier Airlines flight from Puerto Rico to Chicago had to divert to Miami after a passenger allegedly tried to open the exit doors mid-flight. First of all, that is not how airplanes work. You just can't leave. An airplane is not a group text. You don't get to announce, I'm done with this conversation, and climb out. Huge opening shot from Bob. He immediately establishes that Gravity still has veteran leadership. The man reportedly wanted off the plane. Wanted off. Buddy, we're all trapped in modern life. I don't see anybody trying to escape through the ceiling. Bob with a beautiful people versus reality counterattack. And let's remember, this happened on Frontier, the airline where every passenger already looks like they're negotiating with destiny. The news answers right back. Frontier entered the fight with home field advantage. Bob takes the first round, but the news is lurking like an unclaimed carry-on. The story gets worse. Authorities say the passenger also tried to reach the cockpit, because apparently his plan was, step 1, leave plane, step 2, become plane. Oh my God, Bob just turned a felony into a career change. This is pure main character syndrome. Every other passenger was trying to get to Chicago. This guy thought he was filming season 4 of Airborne Batman. Bob is on a run. The judges are checking if Batman counts as expert testimony. But then reality lands a combination. The guy allegedly attacked another passenger, then allegedly tried to choke an off-duty flight attendant. At this point, the flight wasn't transportation anymore. It was downloadable content. The news with a massive counter. Every detail is somehow dumber than the last. You know a story has gone sideways when the phrase off-duty flight attendant enters the chat. That's not a passenger. That's an NPC who accidentally got pulled into the boss fight. Strong recovery from Bob. We're heading into the final round, and Bob has the lead. The committee is furious. And then we reach the detail that knocked me unconscious. A former MMA fighter and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt helped restrain the passenger. Of course there was an MMA fighter, because reality doesn't write headlines. Reality writes sequels. The news comes out swinging. Think about the odds. You're on a random commercial flight, and the exact skill needed for the emergency is sitting in row 18. That's not luck. That's lazy screenwriting. Bob answers clean. The fighter later described restraining the guy as being like holding down a child having a tantrum. That's humiliating. Imagine your villain origin story ends with defeated by Coach Dad. Bob is making a late rally. But I can't beat the image. a man trying to leave the plane, an off-duty flight attendant entering a boss fight, an MMA fighter spawning from nowhere. That wasn't a flight. That was an airport-themed role-playing game. And somehow, the emergency exit was still the least realistic character. That's a haymaker. The news just ripped the door off the scoreboard. And the score after the third round. I demand an investigation. I was winning until reality introduced a surprise MMA fighter. That's roster tampering. The commission has reviewed the footage. The commission would like Bob to stop yelling at aviation. What we learned. If you're unhappy with a flight, opening the door is not customer feedback. If a headline introduces an MMA fighter in Act 3, you're already losing. And if reality ever starts feeling predictable, don't worry. The emergency exit is loading. Tonight, Bob landed punches, won rounds, and nearly escaped with a decision. But in the end, the news once again proved the most dangerous thing in America isn't turbulence, it's plot twists. Good night, stay weird, and if you're on a plane, please remain seated until reality has come to a complete stop.